Good, happy Saturday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Good Evening, New Hampshire. Let's get started. First up, dozens of students displaced by Dartmouth fire. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Mike is not one of them. Mike Winston in Auto Fair Volkswagen during our Road to the Gold sales event. Drive new 2016 Jetta for $97 a month. Only $97 a month. Or new 2016 Passat, only $149 a month. $149 a month. The Road to Gold starts at Auto Fair Volkswagen. See more at AutoFairVW.com.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
Escorted by staff, Dartmouth College students returned to Morton Hall this afternoon to pick up some of their belongings after a 4-alarm fire broke out in the school dorm overnight.
So they could get some necessities, check for computers, that type of thing.
Dozens of students were forced out, most of them spending the night with friends.
Our biggest concern is our student safety, and when we responded, we were just very, very glad that no one was hurt.
Around midnight, the fire started in a hallway on the 4th floor, but the cause is unknown. The school says it has temporary housing on campus for displaced students, and the Red Cross is assisting. Almost a dozen fire departments were called in to fight the flames.
I've been doing this for, I'll call it 43 years, and I spent a lot of time in a major city in the United States. I've only been here 2.5 years, saw a lot of firefighting. I'd put this in the top 20 as difficulty as far as putting the fire out.
Firefighters say the challenge was the tall ceilings and complex copper roof. It took them about 6 hours to put out the fire.
We're just cutting and finding fire and cutting and cutting.
The building was damaged but not destroyed, and school officials are hoping to fix it soon.
We already have people here. We're starting to work on the building, so we'll make every endeavor to get the building online as soon as possible, but there's some severe damage in there.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Manchester police respond to shooting on Pearl Street. Manchester police officers responded to a reported shooting on Pearl Street early Saturday morning. Officers arrived on the scene around 5:25 a.m. and found a man with an apparent gunshot wound on his leg, police said. The victim was taken to Elliott Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police said they do not believe the public is in any danger. The shooting is under investigation. Anyone with information is asked to call the Manchester Police Department at 603-668-8711 or the Manchester Police Detective Divisions at 603-792-5500 or the Manchester Police Crime Line at 603-624-4040. Manchester police grow beards for good cause. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Without an appointment, try like 2 weeks.
There has to be.
Come to Auto Fair Honda, home of the 1795 oil change.
I don't have an appointment today. Is there any way I can get an oil change?
Of course. We'll have you out of here in 39 minutes or less. Works free.
Servicing your vehicle is fast and easy at Auto Fair Honda. Call or book your appointment online at AutoFairHonda.com.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
Beards for Bucks fundraiser kicks off today. Facial hair is against department policy in Manchester, so officers pay $35 to participate and recruit sponsors. All the money goes to the Child Advocacy Center of Hillsborough County, which helps young crime victims.
And we ask that they kind of educate the public when the public asks, how come you have a beard or a goatee? They say, let them know that we're raising money for the Child Advocacy Center, and let them know what the Child Advocacy Center does, and let them know they can donate if they want to as well.
30 other departments across the state are also participating.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Very cool indeed, and a good cause as well. Hackers used outside vendors to access state voter information, sources say. Foreign hackers were able to gain access to voter-related information in 4 states by targeting not only government systems, but also by breaking into computers associated with private contractors hired to handle voter information, ABC News has learned. South Carolina school shooting, 6-year-old victim dies. Let's take a listen to this video from CNN.
Reports of a gunman sent parents rushing to a South Carolina elementary school.
I just pray for their families, I pray for those kids. I thank God it wasn't mine, but I feel so bad.
2 children and a teacher from Townville Elementary were injured after the gunman opened fire Wednesday afternoon. The Anderson County Sheriff's Department says a teenager walked onto the school playground with a handgun and shot 3 people before he was taken down by a volunteer fireman. 1 child and the teacher were released from an area hospital, while the second child remains hospitalized in Greenville after being airlifted there. First responders and school officials credit prior training for saving lives.
Anderson 4 schools have all received active shooter training. The quick response by the principal, teachers, and staff kept this horrific tragedy from being much worse.
While law enforcement officials have not yet released a motive for the shootings, the coroner says the alleged shooter's father, Jeffrey Osborne, was found dead of a gunshot wound shortly after the suspect was apprehended. Families here are thankful the situation wasn't any worse.
And I'm just going to pray that they're okay, and I don't know if they were my daughter's classmates or if they're somebody I knew. I don't know. I just feel so bad.
I'm Andy Rose reporting.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Now let's take a look at your weather. Here's a live look on radar right now. As you see on radar, we have rain showers in New Hampshire. Now let's take a look at your weather system. Your weather system right now, your wind speed peak is 10 miles per hour, average is 5, current is 2 from the south. Your temperature is 49 degrees, humidity is 90%, dew point is 46 degrees, your forecast is rain. Your pressure is 30.06. Rainfall event is 0.09. Now let's take a look at your next 7-day forecast. And here's a look at your next 7-day forecast. And that does it for Good Evening, New Hampshire. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning for Good Morning, New Hampshire, and I'll see you back here tomorrow night for Good Evening, New Hampshire. Bye, everyone.